Now pay attention, 007. I've always tried to teach you two things. First, never let them see you bleed.
And the second?
Always have an escape plan.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever it may be. I'm Christopher Morales, that one Bond guy, and here I am with Ladies Who Bond, Jocelyn and Sia. Thank you for letting me crash your place.
Thanks for coming over.
And thanks for, we're doing a No Time to Die.
Yeah.
Themed unintentionally.
Or maybe.
Maybe, you never know. I was able to come and hang out with her, and we're doing part 2 of the end of the year kind of year review, where we just highlight some of the best moments of this year, because this year had so many. If you haven't seen Jocelyn's video first, that's part 1, where we kind of discuss things about what happened for her and some of her highlights. Now we're going to be talking about yours truly, which I feel like I don't do too much, do I? I don't know.
You do everything,
I think
Chris.
So that being said, I just want to talk about the fact that this year for me has been such a growth year. I mean, not just for the content in my channel and meeting people, it's just growth in community. I've met so many people with so many amazing talents, so many wonderful hearts and kind smiles, and so many big things. Milestones for me. This will be the forever year that I will always remember. I got my first Omega or Omegas. So wonderful story there. I have a whole video talking about that on my channel, which again, the whole story of that. It was a whole process to get to, and one that I will never take for granted. I feel like getting that timepiece for any Bond fan is huge, but the way that it happened for me just was way more than just a watch and getting it because of Bond. I mean, I met a really awesome individual, and it was an overall wonderful experience. It was also my 21st birthday this year. Mission 21 was a success.
Jeez.
So, you were there.
I was there.
You saw all the mayhem that went down.
What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Yes. Let's just leave it at that. But no. I had a blast. I met so many people from the Bond community. We were all together. We were in black tie at one point, and I think we stood out in Vegas and we looked the greatest, and it felt like we were in our own Bond movie. One thing that I'll never forget is, shout out to Trent Dayson there, is that memories are forever. That's one thing that he said and will stick to my mind about that trip, and it's just the overall and a huge amount of kindness and everything that everyone did for me to celebrate my birthday. Bond and everything in between was amazing. So for me, that was probably one of the biggest highlights. I think we got something else. Did we get a movie or something like that?
I don't know.
We got a movie. Finally.
What?
We got a movie.
Finally.
I know. And that whole experience built around that was amazing. I kind of talked about it a little bit on Jocelyn's channel, some of my memorable moments from seeing it 6 times. But, being invited to the press release, which was phenomenal, watching it in IMAX. I was even and I didn't talk about this in your video, but I also got to help put on a premiere with the Aston Martin Club of Sacramento, and there's about 20 Aston Martins all parked up in front of a local theater. We were all dressed up in black tie, and it was such a blast. We all got to see it. I believe it was the night before the US release. So that was lots of fun. That was also the night that I walked away with my 40-foot tall
Daniel Craig
standee, which I've yet to put together. Awesome moment. And it's just, oh man. Between that and Vegas and being a part of all the different community fun events, I think we had a few hosted by like David Zaritsky and all that we got to be a part of. It was just so many fun things to meet and hang out with people. I think this year we celebrated Bond, and we're going to continue to celebrate Bond, because next year we're going to go all out, because it's 60 years. 60 years of Bond next year, and I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of fun goodies in store for us. I know we're thinking about possible event over here just to celebrate. What are kind of some things you are thinking might happen, or you're looking forward to celebrating 60 years?
Yeah, so, welcoming into the new year, we're gonna, couple of friends that I've met from the community, we're actually going to be, well, not Chris, unfortunately. I wish I could.
I'll be there in spirit.
Okay. like FaceTime,
Yeah, well,
right?
I'll be there, yeah.
But we'll be getting on the road in a day or so here and going out to Washington, D.C. to hang out with some Bond friends and ring in the new year. So I'm really excited about that.
I can't wait to see the pictures and the videos of
it's going to be fun.
People stumbling around, wishing everybody happy new year, you know?
So I'll be ringing in the new year's on the East Coast with a bunch of Bond friends. And then I think we're going to try and get Bond in Motion.
Bond in Motion, yeah.
Yeah. So Bond in Motion, I'm sure all of you know, is at the Peterson Automotive Museum. And we are going to start planning to have a West Coast gathering and invite everyone to come along to check out the exhibit, and maybe we'll do something afterwards.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So some planning.
Didn't they mention on, was it Amazon or Apple TV? I forget. They're having a special documentary about Bond.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So they're having a special documentary around the 60 years of James Bond, which I'm excited for. It's coming up. I think it's somebody can correct me in the comments, but it's going to be on a streaming service, either Amazon or Apple TV, and it's going to just, again, celebrate 60 years of Bond. I don't know if we're going to get a special surprise of some sort, maybe talks about future Bond-related things. It's, it's all kind of speculation at this point, which is I'm excited for because it gives us as fans time to kind of play around with the idea of what's going to happen next.
Right.
I know one thing I'm thinking may have something to do with the new novels that are coming out.
Right. We will have the Anthony Horowitz.
Anthony Horowitz is coming out with that novel, and then the gal who's writing the continuation novels.
They're like kind of, yeah.
It'd be interesting to see if the new Bond movies have any correlation with those. It'd be interesting.
Yeah, it would be.
Because there's some really good storylines into that. It's 60 years, so it's going to be something big. I think
everyone's going to make an excuse to celebrate.
Yeah,
because why not?
An
right?
excuse to pop open a bottle of Bollinger, which I think us Bond fans find too many excuses to open up bottles of Bollinger, but you know what? That's okay. But yeah, I can honestly say this past year, I've been truly blessed, not only with some of the greatest friends, but with just everything that's been happening. Again, I kind of talked about the growth of my channel. I finally reached over 1,000 followers. Yay! Which is kind of crazy to think that I would ever get to this point. I think that over 1,000 people are enjoying what I put out. It's just kind of crazy, especially with the fact that this is all literally a hobby for us. We're doing this for fun because we love the camaraderie. We love just enjoying having those Bond moments. Another thing too, on YouTube, I've over 350 subscribers, I think, which I just happened to check the other day, and I'm, again, another thing, blown away by that, because you guys must like to hear me talk or something, because I don't know what it is, but I'm very thankful for all the support and all the love that I've been given, for sure. It's because of that is a reason why I just love to interact and put my thoughts out there and enjoy Bond even more, because it's a sense of community that's like the best aspect of it. And I think I talked about this a little bit. If I could encapsulate the whole year in one word, it would be that community aspect, because I know you mentioned last year and kind of bit of the year prior, it was all about getting to know everyone another, because we were just starting to get into this YouTube and Instagram thing. Now this year it was all about meeting everybody, and one thing I could say is that even though we have met for the first time, it feels like we've known each other for years.
Yeah.
There's just a huge array of great people, and I thank every single one of them for not only if they are content creators or not, but thank you for doing what they do and just hanging out and having a good time. So it makes this year, and especially what we've all been through, a little bit sweeter, because I know it's been tough on a lot of people, but we have a movie and we have great fans and we have people to talk about it. So I can't wait to continue the conversation into the new year.
Yeah.
It's going to be great.
I gotta ask you, Chris, is Mission 21 Part 2? Do you think That might happen.
Mission 22.
Oh, Mission 22.
Mission 22.
No, it's 21 part 2.
Yeah, well, yeah, 21 part 2. There we go. I think there's quite a possibility for a part 2. So, if you guys are down, if you're down, I think we should do it for sure. So, that'll be in the works. So, stay tuned for that. So many fun things up on the horizon, I know for sure I'm looking forward to. What's kind of like one Bondian resolution, if you will, if that makes sense? Like something you want to get into or do something that you haven't done yet. Something that you want to do for this year.
Something that I want to do for this year. I think, because I wanted to do it this year, and that didn't happen, was learn a new Bond-related game. So I wanted to learn how to play bridge. That didn't happen. But the other one is cribbage.
Okay.
And I know Bud West is really into cribbage.
Yeah.
And then we actually just gifted a cribbage board to some friends.
Oh, wow.
So I'm hoping that they'll be like, hey, come play cribbage and we'll teach you. And,
hey, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, so I that would be a fun thing to learn.
Yeah.
And have a stack full of books to get through.
Yep.
So
that's exciting.
Yeah. How about you?
You know, I really want to actually go and it's been tough because of school lately, but I want to go and actually go to the East Coast. That's a goal of mine. So perhaps this summer, because there's tons of people that I want to meet in person. I think it's only fair. We've talked for many months and many times, but I want to get to meet them and say hello. So I'm thinking definitely this summer, if all works out, the East Coast is going to be a destination for me and just explore everything. I want to go to the stores. I want to go to Oliver Brown. I want to go to Ann Peel. I want to go to all the different brands out there and explore, because I know there's a bunch of them out there for sure, and of course meet all the wonderful people out there. So,
well, there's always maybe there will be a gather all three.
Oh, hopefully.
Okay, so then maybe you should plan for that.
Yeah, that sounds like like a plan.
Right?
That sounds good to me. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for hanging out, and thanks for listening to us talk about our year in review. We kind of, if you're down, I'd like to make this a tradition, or somehow. It's a lot of fun to kind of look back and see what has been done. So, and if you guys are interested, we started this last year, so we have a whole part 1 and part 2 of last year. So if you want to check it out, we both have those videos each on our channels, and we're going to be doing the same. Part 1 is on Lady Sue Bond, and part 2 is on my channel. So everyone, thank you so much for hanging out. I'm Christopher Morales, that one Bond guy. You guys have a safe and happy new year, and let us be the first to toast you and to 60 years of James Bond. See ya.
Bye.